guys, Chris here with Survival Dispatch. John's playing hooky today, so it's just me. But I found a good friend of mine to bring in today. I want to introduce you guys to this gentleman. A lot of you know his product, but a lot of you have probably never seen his face. And if you watch any of the survival shows, you've definitely seen his product.
Yeah.
So this is Bobby Linn, good friend of mine from
Umatilla, Florida.
That's right, Umatilla, my hometown.
Yeah.
So, and you are the premier maker of
Purefire Tactical fire starters.
Purefire Tactical fire starters, but what I was gonna call them was a higher end fire starter. These aren't the Walmart Dones bars. They're not even, well, if you can get a Dones bar, it's actually the good one, but the Walmart version of a Dones bar, or even Light My Fire, the Swedish, which is supposed to be the holy grail of fire steels, is the Swedish. What you make, those other ones don't even compare.
That's what I've heard.
They don't. They truly do. And that's why, like myself, Alan Kay, Mike Lowe, and E.J. Snyder, all these guys that you see on TV use this guy's product. Like I said, 90% of the people that go on one of these survival shows take your product.
Yeah, Naked and Afraid.
Naked and Afraid, a lot of those guys, yeah.
Real soon
You'll be seeing that, yeah. Watch Sunday night. But everybody comes to you for it. And what's the reason that everybody's coming to you for it? What makes this one different than everybody else? I know, but I want you to tell them.
Well, the real, I have, the fire steels, I have the really good one. But the thing that really separates my product from the rest of them is the magnesium, the softness, the purity. It is actually so soft that you can scrape off twice as much. And I always tell everybody, if you can't scrape off twice as much with less effort, I'll refund your money.
And he's using the back of that hacksaw blade, by the way.
Yeah,
folks.
you don't ever use the teeth unless you're cutting something.
Yeah.
We get these just flat. You want if you use the spine of your knife, it has to be very, very flat, 90-degree edge. And this is so pure that it just comes off. It's actually kind of fun.
Yeah. You can get a lot, like you said, you can get so much of it so quick.
Couple different ways you can use my product. You can use the magnesium, which burns at 5,600 degrees. If we put water on it, it will burn the water. So it's totally different. You have to handle it differently. If it's dry, it's going to burn at 5,600 degrees. It's going to burn fairly slow. You add a few drops of water to this, and then all of a sudden the hydrogen burns at 4,000 degrees. So if you've got your finger up in it like this, guess what? You're going to get burned. So you back up, you spark it, and you pull back. You push into it, you're going to get a blister here. So you handle it different. Also, I always give you a piece of fat lighter with it. And you use the same side of the hacksaw blade. And when you're using a spark, which if we're using a ferro rod, we're using a spark. I mean, be it a 3,200 degree spark, it's hotter than a cigarette lighter, but it's still a spark. So make a really good pile of this. Now, if I'm building a fire, and maybe we'll do another one where I'll really build a fire, I'll use a nice pile, probably that big around. If it's an emergency, I'm going to split this up and put on top of it, put my twigs on it, and then I'm simply going to just get a spark. And that's all it takes. And then, of course, if you're using the magnesium, this is going to burn
hot and slow.
Very hot, 5,600 degrees.
See, a lot of the other magnesiums, too, I noticed that when they catch, it's a woof, and it's gone.
And a lot of times, just to be honest with you, a lot of times it's because what it is on is moist.
Right.
This will stop that. Also, these little pieces, they're so light, the least little bit of breeze will just blow them away. Nobody tells you that before you purchase these. You got to figure that out on your own. Well, thanks to a really good customer of mine, very smart guy. What we do is we put enough shavings on this duct tape so that it'll burn for about a minute. And it can't get too windy for this. The duct tape holds it on there. Also, if you put this on wet ground instead of that poof, real flash fire, it happens to be 6,000 degrees, but anyway, this will still burn for approximately a minute because the water can't penetrate the tape. And the tape burns too, so it's like a flame extender, like Alan talked about. But that's something else that comes with each one of ours that I don't know anybody that does that. So.
And I've used that before. this right here, and it works fantastic.
To be honest with you, this is
Choking,
probably
folks,
the easiest way I've ever built a fire. I have a video on my Facebook page, Purefire Tactical page, where I put a huge fan like this, and it literally is blowing this upside down. So I turned it over and I put the tinder bundle on top of it, sparked it. Within a second and a half, there's flame shooting out of it. The smoke comes up about that high and then it goes south. So, you know, that's how much wind it was. And I tell everybody, I don't advocate building a fire in that kind of wind.
Right.
It's simply just to prove a point that you can do it.
Yeah, that the product can do it.
Right, right. Got a couple different ones here. This is my folding model. This is one like Chris uses. Alan uses it. EJ seems to like the survival model. But this model will fit in your pocket very comfortably. Have holes in the front and rear. You can do an 8-foot paracord wrap. You can put the shock cord through the rear holes, and this will actually allow you to use any loop, be it your belt loop under your belt, and then you simply just pull it around and it locks in place, makes a little docking port out of it. So very quickly you can secure it without having to put it back in your pocket.
And I like that that's orange too. Everybody gets a little caught up in the tactical end of things all the time. We're not always trying to hide, and if you're building a fire, you're obviously going to be visible. So having this as an orange cord, you drop this thing when you're out in the woods, show up a little bit better.
Love the orange.
Yeah.
Another thing you can do, you can modify a knife sheath and just use an old belt to modify this leather knife sheath and simply put it in here, pull it over. You got your knife and your fire starter with you all in one unit. So that's some modification you can do on your own. However, this shock cord is an option. They come without it. You can supply your own, or later on we're going to actually offer that as on the website as an option. And these are really good, strong. It's hard to find good shock cord.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So.
Now, on this, with this rod and this striker, it's kind of like how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? How many do you estimate you'll get out of it? Have you ever wore one out yet?
Yeah, I've worn a lot of them out.
Testing your demo.
Because I demo them every weekend.
Yeah.
I've had one person. I do have a lifetime replacement warranty. If you wear this rod, both rods out, wear this one all the way down and this one as far down as you can get it. If you simply return that to me, I'll send you a brand new one. I've had one replaced in like 9 years, and it takes a long time. I would say if you were to make a pile of magnesium shavings, probably 50-cent size piece, you'd probably get 250 to 300 out of it. Yeah. That's a lot of fires, especially emergency fires. This is purported to me to be a 30,000 strike flint, and whether it is or not, I'm not going to count them, but a strike is like one little spark like that, and that's all it takes. That's exactly how I lit the wood. If I can show you that again without lighting all this magnesium. And keep in mind, you're normally going to have a really big pile of this, and I'm simply going to try to light a small one with that one spark. That's all it takes. So
now this huge shower of sparks, you don't need it.
You know, in a grid down scenario where you might possibly be facing years without electricity, stores, whatever, you're going to want to conserve that. So if you can just do it with one spark, you're going to want to do that.
Yeah.
That way you can make this last for years.
Yeah.
Instead of
because it's a great tool.
Yeah.
Now, what's the difference? Obviously, they look different, but between this one and the survival.
Okay, the survival model keeps all the accessories in the handle. It comes with the striker in here. Comes with the fat lighter wood, and it also comes with the duct tape roll. And you always unroll that before you light it. Burns a lot better. So that comes with each one of my products. But this one is the one where you don't have to look for it. It's always right there at your fingertips. However, it's a little larger for your pocket. So this one can be stowed in your pocket. It also comes with these items. So that's the way you get it. And I have a keychain model that is basically without the handle, and it's got a lanyard through here with a blade on it. And that's, yeah.
And I like the way you keep the blade, like even on the folding model here, the blade is stored inside and it's on a magnet, and everybody's probably thinking, oh, you know, you're gonna lose that thing. No, these are rare earth magnets, you know, and you're not gonna sling that blade out of there. You gotta actually want to remove that thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I still have the blade of mine from the first one I ever got from you.
Yeah.
I still have that same blade, so these things are fantastic.
They won't let you take these on a loan, will they? You have to have a regular ferro rod. No magnesium.
Yeah, no magnesium. I had the big 1/2-inch rod that I got from you,
Yeah.
just ferro rod, because they wouldn't let us have the magnesium. They're onto that game.
Yeah.
So I won't let you have those.
They don't want you cheating.
No, it's not cheating to me.
No, it's not getting it done.
Yeah, it's getting it done.
Yeah.
But, you know, check the links below. We'll have the link to Bobby's store up, as well as his Facebook, social media stuff there. Follow him on Facebook.
Yep.
You do a lot of shows. You travel a lot.
do.
You hit a lot of
I
events.
do a lot of events. I do most all of the Mother Earth news fairs, several different states, Texas, Maryland, Pennsylvania, Asheville, North Carolina,
Yeah. So
Belton, Texas.
Bobby gets around. You drop by and say hi to him when you see him.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but we did this because a lot of you guys ask, what do we carry? This is what we carry. This is the product that we use. And this is a product that a lot of what I'm going to call the professionals in the survival world use as well. And the reason we use it is what you just saw, how well this thing works. It literally is the softest magnesium you can find. I mean, it scrapes off. So what you've seen him doing, it's effortless. And it makes a huge difference. This is a product that really works. And this is a product that me and a bunch of people I know have staked our lives on before. So
That's that's a big deal for me. That makes me want to make the best product on the market. You know, if I know there's people out there, and I have had, to be honest with you, I've had people come and tell me my product saved their life and their children, and it's very humbling. When you think about that kind of responsibility for something you make with your hands, you set the bar up pretty high. So that's what we do. We're a small family business, and we're not a huge conglomerate. We're American made.
When you buy from Purefire Tactical, you're buying from this guy right here. There's no one. I mean, Bobby's the man.
Buck stops with me.
That's it. That's right. The buck stops right there. And we talked too. That goes back to community. Bobby's a member of our community. Me and Bobby are part of a small local group in Umatilla that we get together every now and then. We teach classes. We train. We do different things. And he's a member of our community. And you guys hear me talk all the time about supporting our community. Right here's the way you can do it. Everybody needs one of these. If you don't have one, you're wrong. You should have one. But no, I mean that. Everybody should have a ferro rod minimum. But this is the next step up. This is ferro rod on steroids. And it's the best ferro rod you can get. So, thanks for coming in today, man.
Appreciate the opportunity.
Absolutely, brother.
Yes, sir.
So, catch you guys next time.